When I was a child, I remember staring for hours at this map, showing only the rivers in a territory, and fantasizing about all the things that a drop of water could discover on its journey from the top of a mountain all the way down to the sea. Years later, I realized that what fascinated me about this map is how it represents a dynamic system in perpetual flow, and that there is a strong parallel between the flow of water in streams, rivers, canals, and lakes, and the flow of knowledge within an organization. Tracing the path of an idea from its different sources all the way to its eventual applications often paints a more accurate portrait of an organization than any official chart or mission statement. Not only that, but also helping people achieve a state of flow at work keeps us motivated, confident, mission-focused, which are some of the biggest challenges in managing a contemporary workforce. So, if flow is such a desirable attribute, shouldn't we be promoting working cultures and environments that look like my childhood map? Close your eyes for a second, please. Think of a work environment. It might be your own. Is it an office or a lab, a school or a production site? Let me ask you something. Does it promote the flow of knowledge? Do you feel in a state of flow? Chances are, most probably not. Please open your eyes. And before you start blaming your employer for it, let me give you a brief historical explanation of this shortcoming. Back in the early 20th century, with the introduction of the telegraph first and the telephone later, industrial companies were able to physically separate their production sites from their administrative centers. However, the same thinking that went into planning efficient industrial workflows was used to plan administrative workspaces. Over time, this theory of management became known as taylorism, and it's the reason why offices in that period looked very much like factories. Now, the real problem is that for over a century, that same industrial production line mentality has prevailed when planning workspaces. Even as the world transitioned from an industrial era into a knowledge economy era, and even as internet has made access to information ubiquitous and immediate. So, now that you know why so many offices look the same and not particularly inspiring, you might be asking yourselves, what can we do about it? Let's fast forward to 2020. For reasons we all know, we were part of the largest real-life experiment in history. And among the things that were put to the test, our ways of working were top of the list. And if there is one thing that is now clearer than ever, it is that work is a thing you do, not a place you go to. So, as someone who creates work and learning environments for a living, a question I get asked a lot recently is whether the workspace has a future at all in the digital era. And our answer is yes, place matters. However, that place won't be called an office. Our research demonstrates that the immersive experience of being in a purposefully designed work environment boosts the sense of belonging and engagement, facilitates the adoption of community values, accelerates peer learning, and enhances empathy and collegiality among collaborators. However, we can no longer model our work environments using an industrial efficiency mentality. We need to embrace aspects such as neurodiversity, serendipity, playfulness, circularity, or biophilia. In other words, the next generation of work environments needs to help people achieve their own state of flow. Today, I'd like to share with you some examples of flow spaces that give you a glimpse into a future without offices. These flow spaces promote crucial aspects of work life that we have so badly missed over the last couple of years. Curiosity, conversations, community, and care. And as you will see, flow has a lot to do with it. I love when a river magically disappears into a cave. Can you imagine a space at work that would trigger that same feeling of surprise and curiosity? A place that would help you travel to new dimensions, warp your mind, and help you discover the unexpected. Think of a steep mountain ravine, a place where ideas splash vibrantly, where spontaneous conversations mix in whirlpools. A type of flow space that is designed to keep you on your toes, to promote the exchange of ideas and stories. There are alpine lakes, where the waters of multiple rivers and streams convene, and they become part of a larger entity. These calm environments promote equal relationships. Their depth conveys the gravitas of an organization. They become the community anchor points where people can gain a strong sense of purpose, convergence, and belonging. A meandering river takes a bend, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a peaceful backwater appears. The opportunity to take a break. Focus on your inner flow and recharge your batteries. Because yes, in the future, our work environments will take care of us, and they'll help us reload rather than deplete our batteries and our energy. After sharing these examples with you, I'd like to invite you to imagine how amazing the experience of work would be if we were all like drops of water in constant flow. Let's imagine and rethink the places where this can happen. Welcome to the flow space. Thank you very much.